April 29, 2016. Regime aircraft hit a rebel-held area of Aleppo, left out of a deal to freeze fighting between the government and rebel forces. Scenes of chaos and carnage, filmed by Karam al-Masri, who has spent the last 5 years surviving and covering the Syrian conflict.
The hardest thing is that I lost everything in 5 years. My university, my future, my studies, my parents, a lot of friends, everything. I was injured numerous times. It was 5 years of suffering without a single day of joy.
Shelling, prison, torture, Karam has seen it all. The Aleppo native was a law student when the Syrian uprising began. He closely followed the protests against Bashar al-Assad and posted videos and articles online. He was taken prisoner twice because of his work, first by the regime's intelligence in 2011, then by the Islamic State group in 2013. Undeterred, Karam continued to report on the conflict. Over time, he became used to the massacres and bombings, but some moments still stand out.
It was around April 2016, the picture of a boy crying beside the body of his brother in front of the Aleppo morgue. This photo reminded me of myself, of the fact I've lost everything.
Since the conflict began in 2011, more than 300,000 Syrians have been killed and millions more forced from their homes. Karam stayed in Aleppo throughout the fighting, but when the city came under siege in 2016, he too had to flee. Today, Karam lives in Paris, far from the ravages of war.
What's strange for me here is that life is normal. My eyes have gotten used to seeing destruction, buildings riddled with bullets. Here I see clean streets, clean buildings. At first, I found it strange.
Strange as it may be, this is where Karam is building a new life. As soon as he learns French, he wants to go back to school to study journalism. But he says he'll return to Syria as soon as the violence dies down, because Aleppo will always be home for Karam.